Hello everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In today's MTPredictor video, I'd like to take a look at how to run your trades a bit further using our higher time frame DP support and resistance zones. As an example, we'll be looking at Bitcoin. But first, let's remind you of our risk disclaimer and remind you that all examples in these videos should be considered as hypothetical. No trades are actually taken, they're just shown for illustration and training purposes only. Remind you there's a risk of loss in trading and investing. Put another way, all professional traders know and understand, but more importantly accept that losses can and will and do unfold. It doesn't matter what trading approach, you will always find losing trades. They will always just happen. So the setup I want to look at is this TS3 buy setup here on a 1 hour chart of Bitcoin against the US dollar. This is our scripts for TradingView, so we'd like to have a look at this using our TradingView scripts. First and foremost, we have to go to our higher time frame chart. This is what we do with our MTPredictor analysis. We don't just take our trade setups blindly, because we know and understand that markets are random about half the time. So you only want to be trading when the picture is clear, and for that we go to a higher time frame chart. On a 1 hour chart, the higher time frame would be about the 4 hourly chart. So what we do is we have our DPs on our chart with our new scripts that we're hoping to release fairly soon. This is very easy indeed, because what you can do is you can just grab the DP, just drag it to a previous pivot high or low, let go, and then it redraws it. Remember that these are leading indicators, they're on the chart in advance. So for example, if I put it down to this pivot, you can see how it gives you an area of support in advance. But what we'd have had is, as the market was going down here, the last sort of swing low in this consolidation here would have been this pivot here, would have been this pivot. So this, let me make it a bit bigger there. So this DP support zone would have been on the chart before the market came down there. Just going to extend this out by putting just a rectangle around it, just there. Let's just put a label in it. There we go, and what I'll do is I'll just lock that so it stays the same. Our TS3 buy setup on a 1 hour chart was in here. So what I'm looking to do is, as the market was rallying up, what I want to do is use the next DP resistance zone to then show you where a potential target could be. So for this, I can just grab the DP, take it back to that pivot high, because that would be the last high of the consolidation, because this was the choppy consolidation. So the last pivot high would have been there. Again, this would have been on the chart in advance, so it would have been here before this market rallied up, before the market got there. That's the important thing, it's there before the market gets there. So again, I'm just going to put a little rectangle around that, just so when we go down to the lower time frame chart, it stays there. So I'm going to put that on there. So it's a 4 hourly one, isn't it? And just lock that. Why did I say that was 15 minutes? That's not 15 minutes, that's 4 hours, isn't it? Sorry about that. Just change that to 4 hour. Right, so let's see what happens when we come down to our hourly chart, which is where that setup was. So here's our hourly chart. And as you can see, if I just squidge it out a bit, you can see that was our TS3 buy setup. Came in, there was our 4 hourly support, so that means the large degree trend turned up from that support zone. So this TS3 buy setup was now in the direction of the large degree trend. This was helped confirmed by our MTP trend color being grey or blue. But the idea being is, if I place the normal analysis on that pivot, there it is, that would allow you to go long one Bitcoin for a 2% risk of a 20,000 sample dollar account. But can you see, here's our normal profit target there. That's our normal profit target. But what you can do, and what I'm trying to teach people in our advanced training with our customer training webinars, is look to run the trade to the next higher time frame DP support or resistance zones. So I'm just going to turn the analysis off there, and actually, you know what I'll do is I'll leave the analysis on, but I'll just take the risk reward off, because what I can do now is our new risk reward tool, again, that is going to be released soon in our new version. If I just unhide that, what this allows you to do is then define the entry level, the stop level and the target level. You can also grab and drag the target level. So what we'll do is grab that and we'll drag it up to the higher time frame resistance area up there. And can you see now how it's increased the profit significantly? So rather than being about 5 hour, which it was back here, if I just turn that back on again, do you see that? Rather than being about 5 hour at the first normal target for that TS3 buy setup, by increasing it to the next, whoops, I didn't mean to turn the labels off there, sorry about that. That's what I just wanted to turn off the risk reward. But by going to the next higher time frame resistance, which is up here, that would increase that 5 hour profit to nearer 14 hour, or 14 times the initial risk. And you can see this is what Bitcoin did. It rallied really nicely, it carried on going up, and then look where it's made the high, because this is the live data at the moment. It's made the high at this 4 hourly resistance zones, i.e. the higher time frame resistance. So this is an absolutely great example on Bitcoin using a 1 hour and a 4 hourly chart of not only how to use MTPredictor trade setups, in other words in the direction of the large degree trend by using our DPs on our higher time frame support and resistance zones, in this case a 4 hourly chart as the higher time frame, but not only doing that, but allowing you to then run your trade further by using the higher time frame support and resistance zones. In this case, that would have mean increasing the profit from just over 5 hour, which would have been a nice trade anyway, to nearer 14 hour, which would have been a really, really good trade. So hopefully this has been a good example of how to use the tools in MTPredictor with an example using our new scripts for TradingView that we hope to release very soon, to allow you to uncover trades, and not only just uncover great trades that are in the direction of the large degree trend, but also to allow you to run those further to increase your profits on the good trades.